came he mad?
Very strangely, they say.
How strangely?
Faith, even with losing his wits.
Upon what ground?
Why, here in Denmark. I have been a sexton here, man and boy, 30 years.
How long will a man lie in the earth ere he rot?
In faith, if he be not rotten before he die, as we have many pocky courses nowadays, that will scarce hold the laying in, he will last you some 8 year or 9 year. Tanner will last you 9 years.
Excellent. Why he more than another?
Why, sir, his hide is so tan with his trade that he will keep the water a great while, and your water is a sort of care of your whoreson dead body. Here's the skull now. This skull has lain in the earth 23 years.
Whose was it?
A whoreson mad fellow it was. Whose you think it was?
Nay, I know not.
Poor York. Pestilence on him from mad rogue, and a poured a flagon of Rhenish on my head once. The same skull, sir, was York's skull, the king's jester.
This?
Yes.
Let me see.
Action.
Alas, poor York! I knew him, Horatio, a fellow of infinite jest, of excellent fancy, and now how abhorred in my imagination it is. My gorge rims at it. Here hung those lips that I have kissed I know not how oft. Where are your gibes now, your gambols, your songs? Your flashes of merriment that were wont to set the table on a roar? Not one now, to mock your own grinning. Quite chapfallen. Now get thee to thy lady's chamber, and tell her, let her paint an inch thick. To this favor she must come, make her laugh at that. Prithee, Horatio, tell me one thing.
What's that, my lord?
Dost thou think Alexander looked o'er this fashion in the earth?
Even so.
And so smelt so, ugh.
Even so.
To what base uses we may now return, Horatio? Why may not imagination trace the noble dust of Alexander, till we find it stopping a bunghole?
'Twas to consider too curiously to consider so.
No, faith not a jot, but to follow him thither with modesty enough, and likelihood to lead it. As thus Alexander died. Alexander was buried. Alexander returned into dust. The dust is earth. Of earth we make loam. And why, of that loam whereto he has converted, might they not stop a beer barrel? Imperious Caesar, dead and turned to clay, might stop a hole to keep the wind away. Oh, that earth, which kept the world in awe, should patch a wall to expel the winter flaw. But soft! Aside, the king comes.
The queen, the courtiers, who is this they follow, and with such maimed rites? This doth betoken the course they follow did with desperate hand fordo its own life. 'Twas of some estate. Couch we awhile, and mark,